Shot again, cutting to the basket. Joe Harris finds him for the easy layup, and then Kyrie isolated on Kevin Huerter. Little fadeaway. He's going to make that shot all the time. My biggest issue with Kyrie tonight, offensively, he was terrific. He just got lost a couple of times defensively. I thought that was a bit of a struggle for him. But offensively, here again, the little pump fake, gets into the paint, the little teardrop in overtime. That was a big play for the Nets.
All right, so for Kyrie again, 26 points, and over his last 5, averaging 29 a game, shooting at a 54% clip from the field, and about 5 assists per game. Let's hear from Kyrie with the media post-game.
Hey, Kyrie, when you reflect back on this game and what it took collectively to get the win, what jumps out at you in terms of what you're most proud
of? Just our fight. You know, obviously throughout the whole game, there's runs that, just got to be able to withstand. Teams are going to throw a lot of things at us. The flow of the game, call-wise, can go either way. So we just want to stay resilient and just stick to what we know, and that's just playing basketball at a very high level, IQ-wise, giving each other space and just respecting each other's greatness, and then also just having a relentlessness to continue to weather the storms throughout the game, no matter what's going on, making shots or not. So it's definitely what I'm most proud of.
In total team effort, in regards to the big three, it's been 5 years since we've seen 3 Nets teammates score at least 25 points in the same game. You guys have been talking about wanting to see James Harden be James Harden. How did it feel seeing him get loose and being aggressive early in this game?
I mean, that's who he is. You know, we just want him to, come into this group and not so much think about fitting in, but just being who he is. We want him to continue to progress and grow, and I think all of us realize that we still have a level to get to, individually and then collectively as a group. I still play this game and continue to get better. I haven't mastered anything at this game as well, no matter what people call us great or anything like that. It's just we humble ourselves to know when we go out there, 0-0 is all we're focused on, going out there and leaving it out there on the floor.
Christian Winfield, New York Daily News.
Hey, Kyrie, what's it like in transition when you've got Kevin, James, and then sometimes you've got Joe trailing behind the play? Just like how hard is it for opposing teams to get a stop on you guys in transition? Is that another reason why you guys need to shore up the defensive end? Because when you can create those turnovers, you have so many mismatches when you get out and run.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we definitely played to our strengths tonight with having, that capability to be able to space out the floor with, everybody, whether it's Kevin going one-on-one, whether it's me going one-on-one, whether it's James or, anybody else that's out there, we want to give each other space to thrive. And, sometimes giving each other space doesn't mean just standing around waiting for the ball either. It just means being active and giving, your teammate the best opportunity to make a play. And I just try to put myself in position all the time and then also put my teammates in position with my voice. Just positioning.
Greg Logan, Newsday.
Kyrie, you and Kevin got a little blow at the start of the fourth quarter, and the bench, which only had 4 points up to that point, came alive in that 16-4 run. How big was that to helping you guys, get through the fourth quarter the way you did?
Yeah, no, it's a total team effort out there. We're only as great as, we all come out and execute. So, to see a lot of our guys come off the bench and give us a lot of much needed energy, sustained the lead and even took the lead at a certain point throughout the game. So you just give them credit, and I'm grateful to have teammates like that come in and just leave it all on the line, because this is a good Hawks team. We could have folded at any point throughout this game, and our bench definitely in the fourth quarter had that mindset to be aggressive and stay in the fight.
Malik Andrews, ESPN.
Hi, Kyrie. Steve has said that the high 30s, low 40 minutes isn't ideal. It's not where he wants to end up for you and Kevin and James. What do you want to see kind of work out with other players on this team? You guys have talked a lot about your depth to make it so that maybe you guys aren't taking so much of that brunt and playing so many minutes.
Yeah, I think Steve's just trying to find a happy balance. Obviously we have experience in terms of years in the league, but I'm heading into the prime of my career. Sometimes I tell Steve, like, hey man, like just let me go out there and just let me loose. And like I said, we just find a happy balance of being very communicative with each other, and just being upfront and just following the game plan that we all agree to before we go out there. And, it's easy to play your role when, guys are just out there just playing, matching your level, which makes it easy to go on the bench. I'm happy to be out there getting a rest sometimes. And, I've struggled in my career, just wanting to be out there logging long minutes. And early on in my career, I had some injuries where I was just like, man, this is too much. And now being with guys that, in this present time that are able to keep the lead, sustain it, and do what they do out there, great. Let them rock.
Ryan Lewis, New York Post.
Hey, Kyrie. I'm curious with regards to James and him getting more aggressive as this is going on. And you talked yourself about defensively, the way you guys are coming together. Does that all kind of come down to trust in the end? I mean, that you would trust, that he trusts that nobody's going to get, I don't know, jealous if he's aggressive, or that if you guys are playing defense, you have to trust somebody to help the helper.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, doesn't that all come down to communal trust that you guys are building as you're going?
Yeah, I mean, number one, I think that's a great foundation is trust to build any great team. That definitely takes a lot of patience. And then also we have to do it with sacrifice and a compromise as well. I'm not compromising anything by, what people would say, allowing James to be James. James is going to be James. My thing is, whenever I'm out there, is to compliment him. And the same thing with Kevin and everyone else is just we want to compliment each other well. So envy and jealousy, as young men, definitely emotions or things that you could get caught up in. But at this point, we don't want to take this for granted. We know this doesn't happen often. Very lucky, very grateful to be playing with guys that that have this much experience and are all world players. And I could get blue in the face saying that. So we just take it one day at a time, bro. One day at a time. Really, we're human. So it's going to be days where, things go right and things don't.
Last question, Bruce Beck, NBC New York.
Kyrie, following up on that a little bit, you really attacked tonight, the teardrop in overtime, the shovel pass to KD. Is there more opportunity to be aggressive with defenses having to worry about two other talented scorers?
Very great observation, brother. I mean, it only raises my level because there's space. There's definitely an understanding of where we all want to attack the defense and who specifically on the other team we want to attack. The end of basketball games in the NBA usually end with pick and roll and end with ISO basketball going against the weakest defender. And we just got to be able to play on both ends with that same effort, and we'll be okay. So, let's wait and see what the next 10 games hold for us. And like I mentioned before, just taking it one day at a time.
Well, Frank, a lot of talk there about the shooters being aggressive, the big three. They're obviously, we know they're great players. They're clutch. Be interesting to see, because even though they scored 89 combined tonight, that they probably haven't clicked on all cylinders yet, how that manifests itself, because they can't all three shoot. But then you look at a guy like Harden tonight, 15 assists. So they got to kind of pick their spots.
Yeah, but I think